We will have 1 minute closing statements. We'll start with Danny.
Okay. I'll try to go very quickly then. Thank you so very much for allowing me to be here and to speak to you and learn so much from the candidates and the people in the audience that I talked to prior to coming up here. Basically, my candidacy is all about waste mismanagement, misallocation of resources within the government. And the fact is, when I walked around the state and got my signatures to get on the ballot here, it took me 4.5 months. I talked to all the different individuals to get those signatures. And what they did say that the two big problems was that Congress is dysfunctional. It's not working. Cynthia Dill, I think, is a great Democrat. Okay, and I think she's convicted, has conviction, not convicted as a Democrat, but has conviction as a Democrat to do the things that she wants to do, and would fight very hard to do those things. But what I have to say about the two parties is that they're controlled by special interests and big money and the large lobbyist groups. But can I say one more thing with tobacco real quick? When I'm talking about commercialized tobacco, I'm talking about grow your own tobacco. I'm not trying to make it illegal, but in interstate commerce, it can be closed down.
Cynthia.
Sorry.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Danny. It's certainly a pleasure to be on the stage with these exceptional candidates, all of whom are independents, and I am a Democrat, and so I'm going to just briefly talk about the politics of this election. I'm in this race because I want to make a difference. I think we need a new generation of leadership in Washington. I agree that the system's broken, but I don't agree that it's because of the two-party system. I believe that there are extremist, obstructionist Republicans who have made it their life's work to prevent the president and the Democrats in Congress from any degree of success, and that's a problem. And I would hope that Republicans, moderate Republicans, are able to figure that out and rise up within their party and get back to the party of Margaret Chase Smith and Olympia Snowe. I believe that what we truly need in Washington for things to move forward and to change is to really change the face of the Senate. We need more women in the United States Senate. We currently have 17% women, and that's the least representation of any developed country, including Rwanda and Afghanistan. If we want to change things, we need more women, we need younger people, we need racial diversity, we need a new generation of leadership. I hope to be that generation. I support the president, proud to be a Democrat. The Democrats brought you Social Security, Medicare, the Affordable Care Act, Civil Rights Act.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Andrew.
I don't need 2 mics, please. I might fit part of Cynthia's quotas. I'm a quarter Quebecois, and I'm the youngest in the race. So, just saying. I'm the only candidate in this race with deep Maine roots. The AP reported that I was from away just because my father happened to be in New York City at the time, or rather my mother, oops, wrong sense, and I was almost born on the New Jersey Turnpike in a snowstorm. That doesn't mean I don't have Maine roots. My grandfather was a master shipbuilder and a lobsterman, and I think the U.S. Senate needs some down-home Maine common sense. And we're tired of having people going to D.C. and coming back and telling us what D.C. thinks we should think. It's time the people of Maine had someone to go to D.C. to let them know how the common sense of Maine works on all issues. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Angus.
Yes.
I think one of the most serious issues facing this country is the fact that Congress doesn't work. Olympia Snowe, all of us know her, distinguished, smart, member of a party, seniority, all of those things, basically left in utter frustration. A few weeks ago, she actually said nothing has been done in the last 2 years. John McCain said this is the worst Congress in history, and he should know since he's been there most of our history. But it's simply not working. And I'm running because I think we have to try it a different way. We have to try to break the stranglehold of what's going on in Washington that's causing us to not be able to solve these problems. I have a sort of simple proposal that I've mentioned a couple of times recently that I got from a group in Washington called No Labels, a nonpartisan group. It's called No Budget, No Pay. The Congress hasn't even passed a budget in 3 years. My feeling is, if they go to work 3 days a week, don't do what they're supposed to do, why should they keep getting paid? And that's a proposal that I intend to press once I'm in Washington.
Steve?
Thank you, Sal. First of all, to clarify a couple of things that my friend Danny Andrew Ian mentioned. I'm not proposing a ban on a legal product. I'm proposing that we make it illegal. I think there's a distinction. And I think if you look at some quotes from E. Everett Koop, one of our Surgeon Generals in 1984, he was one of the first to liken nicotine to having addictiveness similar to heroin or cocaine. One of the things that first got me involved with politics was a Today Show segment from 1996 when presidential candidate Bob Dole was on there. And he was with his wife, Libby Dole, who at the time was president of the Red Cross. She had taken a sabbatical to appear with her husband. The issue came up with campaign contributions from big tobacco. And it's a great YouTube video. For anyone here, if you really, it's unbelievable. Because he was asked on camera, well, Senator Dole, you take so much tobacco money. He came back and said, well, the evidence isn't clear that there's addictive qualities for tobacco. He was asked 3 times. The fact that his wife was next to him, who was the president of the Red Cross, there are many intersecting issues here in terms of election reform, in terms of disingenuousness in politics. And that's another thing that bugged me about tobacco. So, but thank you very much.
And thank you all for participating in this forum.